Hello.
Yes, greetings, beloved. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Good to finally be on the phone with you.
Yes. I've been
Mhm.
looking forward to it for 2 weeks.
I'm not hearing
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you hear me?
No. What did you say? You was kind of
I
low.
said I said I was looking forward to this meeting for 2 weeks. I was
Oh.
looking forward to it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's there's a long line. there's a long line. I know.
I
And I'm just fortunate, for that to be able to guide people in many different ways. So I'm assuming that you already know how I conduct sessions, right?
yes.
There's a few things that came up with you, different symbology that's coming up with you, right? The first thing that came up with you when I was dialing your phone, they said your spirit guide said to me, ask her when is she going to start doing for herself. So I don't know if it's a situation where you have been just doing for others, because as I was dialing your number, I had looked at your email and you said something about you are an AA. So I didn't understand what that was. I'm like, what she mean by AA? And then your spirit guide said, well, listen, ask her, and they, asked the question like, listen, ask her, when is she going to start doing for herself? And I said, oh, okay, well, all right, well, let's get into that. In any event, and I'm going to allow you to express yourself. But these are the messages that's coming through right now. And then another thing that's coming through is childhood experiences with you. So I'm not sure exactly how it was, or rather, was it traumatic, or was it not fulfilling, or was it not balanced? In any event, but the color red is coming up with you, as well as the color purple is coming up with you. So what they're saying is, to the extent that you want to elevate your consciousness, or rather resonate or align yourself with higher vibrations, you definitely have to deal with past situations, past experiences. I don't know if you're a type of person that, and with this being said, a natal chart decoding will be well for you. Just with this information that your spirit guides is saying to me, meaning how you rather deal with experiences or your emotions or feelings. But in order for you to rise or raise your level of consciousness or align yourself with royalty, you definitely have to deal with past experiences. And I'm going back into not just past experiences as an adult, but past experiences, throughout childhood, or, your adolescent stages and things of that nature. Learn not to be secretive with who you are, meaning, you know, if you like music, hey, tell people you like music. This is what you do. If you're into spirituality, hey, tell people this is what you never be embarrassed, is what they're saying. Never be embarrassed to who you are and what you practice, or rather what you believe in. Because if you're doing so, if you're, more so like shy of, speaking the truth about who you are, then guess what? All of the gifts and all of your powers will begin to diminish, is what your spirit guides is saying, you see. So in any event, you want to work with in 2017, which is the cycle of new beginnings, independence, following your true intuition. You want to work with a purple candle, or rather purple vibration, as well as the red candle, or red vibration, dealing with root foundation, dealing with family, dealing with security, dealing with oneness, is what your spirit guide is saying. Oneness, right? And what I mean by oneness, is saying, again, stop sacrificing yourself for other people. Begin to love yourself. When is she going to begin to love herself? Or rather, take heed to yourself, or take care of yourself. And then two, I'm seeing clouds now, which makes me want to go in my dream book, because this is a symbol. I'm seeing clouds, and the clouds, more so how your spirit guides is saying, the clouds may just be form of expression, or rather overthinking, or you know when you say your head is in a cloud all the time, rather as being indecisive, about certain situations, that you want to, decide on, but it's like, damn, should I do it? Should I not do it? What are the benefits? What is not the benefits? I'm going to tell you one thing. You have to do what your soul tells you to do, right? You have to do what your gut feeling tells you. Many of us are indecisive, right? Many of us, are not able to make solid decisions for ourselves because we are attached to a physical feeling, right? And knowing damn well that feeling, or knowing damn well that emotion or experience is no good for us, we're still attached to it, which influences our decision making. So again, your heart could be telling you one thing, but your mind is telling you something else. So with that being said, you have to go with what your heart is telling you, or rather what your soul is telling you. Forget the mental, because the mind will play tricks on you. What is your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Oh, there you go. Right.
That explains the clouds, right?
Yeah, air sign. Give me a second, beloved. You definitely feel like a Gemini. Give me a second. Let me look, cause this, when they talk about clouds, that's a symbol. That's a sign. Let me see what does this book say about sign and clouds, if it's in here. Clouds, CL. Okay. Yep. Okay, so clouds. If it's dark, heavy clouds are an omen of difficulties to come. If rain is falling, the dream denotes illness and troubles. Bright clouds with the sun shining through indicates success after troubles. And I basically see the bright clouds. It wasn't dark. It was just, regular clouds, regular bright clouds. So in any event, this indicates that the sun is shining through, meaning your higher consciousness, right? The royalty in you is shining through as you deal with your past experiences, which it may be a form of indicating success after trouble. So it may be a situation with you where you've been going through, some ups and downs and things of that nature. But if you see it through what I just mentioned, being indecisive, or rather following your heart, you will then create this success for you. Success. In any event after the troubles that you've been going through. So again, these are the message that's coming through for you. I'm definitely picking up the number 3. When's your birthday exactly?
It's May 26, 1986.
Oh, May 26. You're in May. So 26, that's the number 8. Oh, okay. The number 8 and the number 5. 8 and number 5 is what, 13? Okay. So that's that 3 energy that's that 3 vibration, 1 plus 3. So 1 is more so independence, which I just broke down to you, the new year, right? The new year of independence, of security. However, in order for you to be secured, you got to get your mind, body, and soul right? The Trinity, the number 3. So the number, you are the number 13, and the number 13 also deals with mystics, psychic abilities, intuition, not, soul alignment, or rather, soul relationships within yourself. When I say, when somebody be like, I get this gut feeling. I have this gut feeling. I'm
starting to actually act that out now with people. I'm starting to really have a lot of prophesying. I can feel things and I can see things, and when I'm around people, I can pick up on their personality without them even talking to me.
Well, that's 1 and 3. That's the number 13 with you. In any event, however, just moving forward, moving forward, you just want to, it's time for you to, what they're saying is it's time for you to unleash, right? It's time for you to let go. It's time for you to detox. It's time for you to have what is known as this spiritual cleaning or cleansing. However, it's not going to happen overnight. It's not gonna happen overnight with the people that you may be dealing with, or just within yourself. This is the time we're just coming into the winter solstice. So this is the time now for you to hibernate yourself and go within yourself and, deal with balancing the higher side of you and the lower side of you, which is depicted with the color red and purple in any event. And then once you came into that solid decision making, you can now begin to, all right, this person is no good for me, or you can more sort of sense who is for you and who is not for you, which going into the spring season. You see, and that's where that spring season thing coming in at, or spring detoxing, or just cleansing people away from your soul during our real new year, because the real new year is in the spring equinox, not this year, not winter. So this is the time now for you to balance yourself out, or go within more so. And like I said, and like I mentioned to you before, you got to deal with your past experiences. I'm feeling like you're a person that something happens to you and it's like, okay, just shoot it out. I'm all right. I'm used to it. You can't be used to pain. You can't be used to pain. You get what I'm saying? You can't be used. Why should you be used to pain?
Sure, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, because that's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
Because it's been done so many times. I'm just like, whatever, come with it. It's not gonna affect me.
So that means that you have been immune to this. Yeah, and that's again, we're all on this path. There's certain things that I can put some shining or shining a light to, that will help you ascend rather. So again, that's one of the things that I'm picking up that you should begin to work with. Why should I have to be immune to the pain? Why should I have to be immune to BS? You get what I'm saying? Why should I have to why should I accept people and they nonsense? Why? So with that being said, beloved, that dealing with the root, your root chakra, dealing with, perhaps, was your childhood okay?
No, it was pretty shitty.
Oh, okay.
I was a foster child. I grew up in foster care. And I was taken from my mom as an infant. I was 9 months.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was pretty bad. I kind of buried it, like you said. I kind of buried, and that helps me in my adulthood to deal with the new world that I'm living in, because I'm trying to, I moved away from where I used to live at. I don't even like going back there. I actually did this past holiday. I went back to see my foster mom, because I'm figuring that's probably going to be the last time I go and see her. She was abusive. Foster care, like every home I've been in, there was abuse and molestation and all kind of crazy stuff going on. So I kind of buried it as I've gotten older. I haven't dealt with the pain.
Could you imagine getting a reading within 30 minutes and getting your whole lifetime exposed, or not even exposed, but highlighted to help you? You get what I'm saying? Help you along your journey, Isn't that?
Because I didn't know I was gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. Well, I kind of knew you were gonna bring it. Well, I knew you were gonna bring it up, but I didn't know you were gonna tell me to deal with it. How do I deal with this?
You know what?
In what way do I go see a therapist, or do I do? I've been researching quantum healing hypnosis therapy. That's something that I've wanted to do, and they say that that helps you to heal from past experiences.
Yes, it does. Yep. Another recommendation that I would another recommendation is what I have done, right, was, and what a good brother of mine has told me, is basically when you go through certain things in your childhood or things that has traumatized you in any event, you always want to go back to that experience, right? You want to go back to that feeling. You want to rather revisit it. That's what it is. You rather want to revisit it. Once you have revisited and faced it, now you are no longer a victim of it because you went back and you faced it. Right now, you haven't faced your issue. That's why it's still coming up. That's why it's still stagnated. You see, you want to revisit the pain. You want to go back to it and just, release it out of you. Cry. Sometimes many of us, we've been going through a lot of childhood trauma, and we haven't even cried, released. We can't even express ourselves because we don't know how. We're scared. Give me a second. My sister's at the door. Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Yes, beloved, I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes. So I because again, you don't want it to, you don't want it to be still stagnated inside of you. So that's my recommendation.
Right.
But the hypnosis, what you were saying with the hypnosis, I get a good feeling with that, right? That is another method of taking things out of you that has been stagnated because it's like numbing yourself. And going through with the process. So then that's good. And if that's what your spirit, can you hear me? Hello?
What was that? I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm
trying to find a good space. I'm leaving work. I gotta get up out of here because I don't feel like talking in here. So, what was your question, Ella? No, what I was saying was I was just, confirming that, the hypnosis thing is also good. If that's what your spirit. I do. Yeah. I've got some good feedback on the hypnosis thing. Okay, that's good. That's really good because I've done extensive research on that, and I just think it's a good route to help me heal because I don't know if just sitting and talking to somebody about my past is going to heal me. They say it does, but I've been in therapy. I've already been in therapy, and my daughter got taken away from me when I was 27. I was 27. This was in 2014. I went through a custody battle with her dad. He slighted me, took me to court, and his family. They used the fact. I feel like they used the fact that I was a foster child, and at the time, I wasn't close with my family. I hadn't been talking to my family, so when we were going to the court dates, they weren't supportive, and I just felt like it was a whole setup. That hurt. That was another setback for me because right now I'm like the dad. So I pay child support, and I'm working 2 jobs to support my child and to maintain my lifestyle and hers. And it just hurt.
Yes, it does.
For Christmas, I went over to their house for the holiday. And it's just a lot with that. So I'm gonna have to schedule another session because I really, I don't even really want to go. I almost committed suicide when they took my baby from me. I lost her, and at the time I was dating this girl, and she pretty much left me. She left me emotionally because it was affecting me so much. And at the time, I was with her when I was going through the whole custody battle. It took a year, but they initially took away temporary custody from me. So they pretty much ripped her out of my arms. And then a year passed, but within that year, I was going to court, missing work or having to reschedule for work because it was just too emotional. Some days I would leave court and I would have to go into work and I would just have to call my boss like, look, today wasn't a good day. Like every time I walked up in that place, it broke my heart. And in 2017, that'll be the year that I can reopen the case to get her back. The judge basically said that he was going with it takes a village approach. So in his household, when I met my daughter's father, his family was very supportive of us having my daughter. They actually wanted my daughter. It became an obsession for them. And I believe they plotted from day one of, as far as taking her from me and how they were going to do it. It just seemed so systematically set up, even down to the judge. I believe the judge had a part in it because they paid a really good law firm. I paid out of pocket, and I had some Joe Schmo, lawyer. It was just really, really set up. The whole thing was set up. And I always ask myself, is this my fault? Like, what do I need to do? So then I began drinking. I like to drink. That's my thing. I like to drink. And I've been irresponsible with that over the years. It got worse during that time when I lost her. It just got progressively worse. Since then, I've gotten a hold of it. I manage it. Yes. But sometimes it still gets out of control. Yeah. And that's something else that I've been wanting to deal with for a long time, and I really don't talk to people about that. It's just it plays out in my relationship. Like I am a lesbian, and it plays out. Like I'll drink and then I'll cry, and it's like I meet nice girls, but I feel like I can't keep them because maybe I am addicted to alcohol at this point, and I'm not supposed to be addicted to anything, But that keeps me from being lonely.
Who said that? Who said you're not supposed to be addicted? Who told you you're not supposed to be addicted?
I guess that's just how I was taught growing up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like addictions aren't good. Any addiction is no good for you. But that's like my vice. Like that pacifies me. Yes. And and I love women, but that pacifies me more than having a woman because I've been rejected by women too, and I don't understand. I'm a beautiful girl, like physically, I feel like mentally, physically, and so after my daughter, they took her and we had the court date. I met this girl 6 months after that, and I absolutely fell in love with this girl. She was married at the time. Yes. And her husband was okay with us being together, but he wanted a part in that.
Oh, really?
And I've always...
Oh, wow. Go ahead.
Yeah, he wanted a polyamorous relationship. And me and her, we were devious. In order for me and her to be together, I agreed to being with him, but I let him know that it was never going to be a sexual thing between me and him because I don't like men in that way. I don't want to have sex with a man. But I agreed to be his girlfriend. That lasted for like a month because we just couldn't do it. But in order for me and her to be together, we was like, okay, well, let's just trick him. And that was so wrong. That was messed up. Fast forward, they ended up getting a divorce. I was told it had nothing to do with me because I did care. At that point, I'm like, oh, shit. They're getting a divorce. Is it my fault? So I was on the phone with him and her, and I'm just trying to make sure it's not anything having to do with me.
Yeah, that's
so.
Yeah.
They reassured me that it had nothing to do with me, but in the process, me and her we were deep for each other. But again, she said, I was pretty much drinking too much, and I needed to deal with my issues. So she ended up breaking up with me like 2 weeks before my birthday. And we were on and off. We were always breaking up. It just was like it. That hurt me. That hurt me all summer. I went through this like grave depression. Because again, that was another loss for me. And I felt like that was my soulmate. I felt like she was my soulmate, and we still talk. We still talk, and I want to be with her so bad. Only her. I'm still dating other women, but my heart is for her. And I just don't know if I gotta leave her alone if that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
I feel like you should leave her alone. Why? Because you wanna make sure that someone loves you for who you are, and someone acknowledge or accepts your your worth, or your value. What I am picking up from what you have experienced is not a matter of you losing people. It's a matter of you keep experiencing the same experience of loss from loved ones, or rather being rejected or taken. What really means a lot to you, it has always been taken away. So it's not the people, it's just the repetitive, the same traumatic cycle of you being involved with loved ones, or you being involved with loved ones, and it always gets taken away from you. So it's like you never have a chance. So that's why I said to you previously, you have to go back and experience those different experiences in order for you to ascend. Okay, yeah, you drink a lot. All right, that's how you tend to cope with it. All right, you ain't killing nobody. But if somebody understands you, they will be with you and help you to get out of it. Today is the third day of Kwanzaa, right? And it's called Ajima. And Ajima represents collective work as well as responsibility. So on a collective level, if somebody, or rather your mate, is not helping you to uplift yourself, then that person should not be with you. You understand? I don't care if you say that you love me unconditionally and you love me, but all right, yeah, sometimes you can't deal with this person because this person is too drunk, but I understand that why this person is getting drunk. This person is getting drunk because this person have a lot of emotional, deep-rooted issues that this person has to deal with. And if I'm going to be with this person till death do us part, then I'm going to ride it out. That goes to show you that the people that you've been dealing with is not for you. You understand? Because you're going through something. And again, not everybody's going to be able to deal with that. You get what I'm saying? Not everybody, because everyone are not healers. You got to come across a healer. Once you come across a healer, then, as a mate rather, or even a water sign, that mate or that water sign or whatnot will be able to understand your deep pains, because the water sign run deep, right? So in any event, and you're using alcohol, which is a form of liquid, to suppress your feelings. So just moving forward, beloved, you see what I'm saying? But just moving forward, I mean, is that what you mean by AA? What you meant by AA?
Actually, African American.
Oh, African.
That's what I meant by that.
Because I didn't understand. I didn't know what you was saying. I was like, oh, okay,
sorry.
It's not a problem, my love.
That's like a loose, like a loose term we use, basically when you're emailing or talking to people, and I just assume.
But I wasn't.
That everybody knows that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, but so like I said, your spirit guides already said to you, listen, when are you going to start doing for yourself? That was the first thing. So you up here, so you're in a situation where looking for someone else. You're going above and beyond for someone else that is not even really ready to be with you. Mind you, she's coming out of a divorce. Have you ever thought about allowing her to have her own healing time, or allowing her to, cope with that separation? Because if you
I did, and
okay,
we talked about it. We talked about it, and we talk about it a lot when we do talk. And she got to the point where she doesn't even want me to talk about it. She basically cut him off. She cleared stuff out in January, and then we broke up in May, and then I guess her divorce was supposed to be final in like September. So she was going through the process, and then I was checking in with her. I was like, "How do you feel today? Like, are you in love with him? Do you still love him? Like, I want to separate from you so that you can heal." I wasn't calling her as often, but she kept saying she was fine. She was fine, and so to my knowledge, like she's okay, but that's just what she's telling me. I know he's hurt.
She's hurt too. Hurt. She's hurt too.
Yeah.
Don't, what's her sign?
She's a Sagittarius.
Opposite Gemini.
That's my opposite sign. Yeah.
She's.
Go figure.
She's hurt too. But again.
And I think she hurts me because she's hurt. And I feel like she takes a lot of stuff out on me that I'm not, like, I don't know.
But you can't afford that right now. This is what I'm saying. You cannot afford that. This is what goes back to when I told you have become become addicted or immune to pain. That's crazy.
She cussed me out last week, and I was hurt. I was really hurt. And then she reached back out to me and was like, "Well, I don't want," because she'll be really shitty towards me, and then she'll come back, and think about what she did, and then she'll be like, "Okay, cool." But I'm gonna be honest, Ella. The only reason why I want to deal with her is to get back with her. So if we're not gonna get back together, I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Because it hurts too much, and I want more than just being just cool.
Yeah. Well, then, so then just separate yourself and see if you guys come back. That's the only recommendation that I can tell you. Allow her to heal as you've been doing, as you need to be healing yourself. You need to deal with the root. You need to deal with your root issues, even from trauma, childhood. You need to deal with, family neglect, or rather relationship neglect. You need to deal with that, right? Overcome that. Telling yourself that you are strong and you are caring and you are loving and you're thankful for what you have been going through, because it's only going to make you a stronger and loving person. Now you are going. So again, there's a situation here with you where it could even be that you may be attracting people that are neglecting you because you haven't dealt with your past experiences.
Okay. So once I deal with that, I'll be pretty much healed from it, and then I can attract a different vibration. Like I can vibe with people who can help me to ascend, right?
Absolutely. Okay. However, let me tell you something, beloved. This doesn't happen overnight. This doesn't happen overnight. This is not a 2 week in meditation and 2 week of therapy and I'm healed. No. Nothing in the cosmos is everything is molded in. Everything is in synchronicity. It takes 9 months to make a baby, a perfect child. It doesn't take 2 months. It doesn't take a week.
Okay.
It takes 9. So that's again, and that's right, and that's the reason why I said to you, you have to detox certain people. Remember, I said that to you. Detox certain people, detox feelings, certain feelings. This is the time now during the winter solstice for you to detox. Go within. So that in the spring season, your mind can be clear of who to let go of.
Okay.
It doesn't happen overnight.
Okay.
Okay.
stuff.
Good stuff. Yes, I agree.
Good stuff.
I agree.
Okay.
All right, beloved.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
I really needed that, and I people were, I don't know if it's the insecure thing. It's like you know what you need to do, but sometimes it takes another person to help push you along or to confirm what you were supposed to be doing all along. And when I tell you this really helped me, when I've been waiting for 2 weeks, like pins and needles all day, sweating bullets today at work. Like, you are the truth. Like,
Thank
for real.
you.
I've watched all your videos. It's from that. I'm like really like, I'm just happy, and I'm grateful for you, and I'm grateful that you're here to help all of us.
Oh, I'm great. I'm honored too.
People.